when we started Rajan, right, internet played a critical role, right? And internet became this knowledge repository where you can go and find absolutely anything, right? And it made tremendous as to anybody who wanted any kind of a knowledge, there is always a teacher available kind of a setting that happened, right? With AI and with this generative AI, do you think we're gonna get to a point whereby a large part of information that is there on the net will actually be machine generated, which means it might not be trustworthy, which means our default mode on internet from trusting it will actually go to not trusting it.
Yeah, I
And
think it's a fascinating question. So first, I would say that, even the information on internet is not trustworthy, right? And one of the things that I found fascinating, and I don't know whether most people think about it this way, is I actually think about all this neural network, transformer-based architecture, etc., right? They are basically compression engines. They are compression engines that they have taken the entire internet and compressed it and made it really, really easy to access, right? So in some sense, it is very different from search engine, but some sense it's very similar to search engine. It's taking the entire internet and then saying, I'm going to sort of compress it into weights, and then you can ask anything, and then I will tell you, right? And if you look at the internet era, there again, trust played a critical role. People thought that, internet is going to bring the world closer, and it'll make, like, information superhighway and things like that, which it did, which allowed it did allow people across countries to talk to each other and collaborate better, and, like, information that was not available, let's say, about Poland to India and vice versa, was like made available. But the element of trust that you say, that's a part of the question, that actually, with the internet, the trust needed to be that much more higher, right? I mean, the friction of sending the information to one place to another became very easy. I know in Tannenbaum we do this one exercise where we say, if you have to take information from one place to another, you can use a bullock cart, you can use a Cisco router, and then which is faster, which is cheaper. So illustrating the point that, technology has actually made it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. But that is just the cost part of it. The trust part of it on internet was still very, very high. I mean, it required to be very, very high for transactions to happen, or somebody else had to underwrite. So I actually think, with respect to all the AI shift that we are talking about, the role of human will be that much more critical. If you just a simple example, right? You go on a website, and I have this conversation with a lot of SaaS founders. You go on a website, you read some text there, and then sometimes it is in feature language, sometimes it is in benefit language. And then once you frame it in benefit language, people understand, oh, you're selling automation of software, or you're doing some automation of accounting. But people will not trust it unless you put a logo there, unless you put a testimonial there, right? And that testimonial and that logo is what turns that website into more trustable compared to a Nigerian website that you would see. It's a scam, right? So the human face, and this is well known for anybody who designs website, right? The human face on a website, not the graphics, but the human face on the website is what is working on the psychological level. It is bringing that element of trust, because you can see a real person. So the more and more people are going to feel that, the text that is coming out to them is not generated from a human, there would be need for much higher trust. So it happened in the world of internet. It is definitely going to be in the world of AI, that the role of human in generating the trust that will lead to transaction or business is going to continue to be high. And that's why I am not worried about AI taking away jobs from humans. In element, we will do a lot of automation, but we will still need a human to actually trust and do a transaction.